It's time for your weekly dose of nostalgia, but not the way I typically do it, because why would y'all suggest this episode to me? This is season 3, episode 26 of the Twilight Zone, Little Girl Lost, and possibly the most infuriating episode I've ever had to watch, and I cannot believe y'all made me watch this. Picture it, Miami, 19 whatever with cigarettes. A father in the middle of the night hears his daughter screaming, "Mommy," from the other room. He gets up, he goes into the room, the little girl not in the bed. He looks under the bed, she not under the bed either. So he's still kind of waking up. He's like, where is this child? I don't see her. He continues to look. He realizes that the sound is coming from inside the wall. He runs back into the room. He gets his wife. His wife comes back in. Now they're both looking for the child, realizing she's not in there. Dog is outside losing his mind. Immediately, my spidey senses go off because I'm like, get the dog. The dog knows something. He's yelling in the middle of the night. Get him. Instead of the parents calling the police, the parents call one of their best friends, Billy, who's a physicist. Is Billy 911? No, but they call him anyway. And he comes in there looking disheveled as he should at 3 a.m. Billy goes, well, why don't you let the dog in? Maybe the dog knows something. They let the dog in. The dog runs under the bed. The dog also disappears. They still don't call 911. They still don't call 911. The entire time they are trying to get this little girl to come towards their voice, and she is being so aggravating. I know she's a child, and I know she was probably terrified, but she wasn't listening at all. Billy goes and gets a piece of chalk. He goes to the wall. He starts saying how there are dimensions inside of our dimension. He makes 4 X's. And then he says, look, I can put my hand through the middle of this wall. That's where she is. The entire time this is happening, the parents are just there crying. They're just, oh my God, what do we do? Go inside the wall. Go inside the wall. Do you understand that there is absolutely no way I would have been outside of that wall knowing that my child is in there? Girl, I guess we're moving. The dog and a little girl whose name is Tina are now inside the wall. The dog is trying to get Tina to come towards him, but Tina is still just delusional and cannot seem to understand that that is her dog and she should walk to him. We hear the dog growling and trying to pull Tina towards him. And finally, the dad says, let me just go in and get her. He puts his front half through that wall, and we see the rest of his body populate inside of the wall. When he gets inside the wall, it's not just half his body in there. The full body is now in there, and he starts to see the little girl. He's calling the little girl towards him. She's acting like, is that you, daddy? Girl, it's just... This is the hardest dog in showbiz because he's the one that drags her over to the dad. The dad picks her up, and the hole is closing. So Billy is like, come on, come on. Billy finally pulls all 3 of them out. The dog, Tina, and the dad, right? And Billy's like, bro, I had your back half the entire time. The dad is like, really? Because I felt like I was walking around for 3 minutes. He's like, yeah, that was crazy. Anyway, I guess we need to go ahead and get to sleep. The mom goes and gets the baby and puts her in the tub, and they just continue as if not. She just fell through the wall to another dimension. Get on Zillow. Go call Redfin. Call your realtor. Call the police. Get Mary, Joseph, and Jesus on the phone. We need to get up out of here. I watched that episode with my father-in-law. We was looking at each other like, this your king? Is this the episode that y'all wanted me to watch? The wig peeping behind my desk was scarier and more intriguing than that episode. And I could prove it. This is terror. This is mystery. I don't know what y'all had me watching. But you know what? You're in luck. Because I'm releasing a formal request line on June 1st. Y'all will be able to fill out a form and tell me the things that you want me to break down where I can actually vet them and not just trust y'all's comments. Because what? And not only will you be able to request Twilight Zone episodes, Harem episodes, King of the Hill, whatever you want, you'll also be able to request any other little stories that you want me to retell. Maybe you have a paranormal story that you want me to tell. Maybe you have a crazy story that you want me to break down. I'm willing to do that too. It's available now, but I'm going to let my real fans find that. All right, y'all, have a good one.